It'll lighten up my mustache. So anyways, I'm like, Whoopi, baby, you have to go. He's like, Mom, I want to go to New York. And like when my kid says mama, that means he's like internally like hurting a little bit. So he's like, Mama, I want to go to New York. And I'm like, Whoopi, but you don't. You really don't. Because I even asked him, like, do you want to go on a cruise? Because my girlfriend and her family are going on a cruise. And he was like, no, we just went on a cruise. Like, we don't need to do that. We can go to New York. And he was saying, like, we'll go do, because at first I was like, what are we even going to do in New York? Like, that's weird to go in March. Like, I'd go on Christmas time or something. And he's like, we can go all those places that we never went with Dad. Like, we went to New York, but we didn't go up the Empire State Building. We didn't do all the touristy stuff. I know, should have known. Anyways, and so he's like, we could go do all this stuff we didn't do when we went with Dad and Mimi and everybody. And I was like, okay. So, but also I don't know, my heart wasn't rested in that whole scenario. So anyways, so then he's on the phone with me and he's telling me he doesn't want to go. And I'm like, Whoopi, you did this last year. You can't back out again at the last minute while people jump through hoops to make it work for you. You know what I mean? If you truly in your heart don't want to go, I'm not going to force you to go because it's a mission trip. I surely don't want you there if it's not in your heart to serve. But I know you and I know how bad you really want to go. And every time he's backed out of something that he really wanted to do, he comes to me and tells me like, yeah, I should have gone. Yeah, I should have gone. And at first he was like, I'm not even that excited to go. And I'm like, yes, you are. Because we talked about it very intently. I was fired up. I don't want you in another continent for friggin' an entire, I don't know if it's a continent. I don't even know where it is. Dominican Republic. I don't know. It's not geography right now. Anyways, so he's like, I'm like in my head thinking like, listen, I don't want to have my kid in some foreign country for a freaking week without me either. But like he is serving Jesus and this is what should happen. And at the end of the day, this is God's plan. He decided this is what we should be doing. So that's what we should be doing. At first we weren't going to go. Now we're going to go because God made it happen. And we are definitely not going to just like overlook that blessing. Because me and the counselor on the phone were like, oh my God, God's so good. Like, this is so awesome. Like the fact that I hadn't booked my flights yet. And if I had, they wouldn't have been refundable, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I tell Whoopi, he's like, Mom, we can go to New York, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I'm like, no, you're going. And so, and listen, I'm not the type of parent, like my kid and I have obviously an extremely close relationship. And I'm usually not the type of mom who's like, you're going, end of story. Just because I'm not like that, I don't know. Also, because I feel like my kid is super discerning, and if he doesn't want to do something, he usually has a really good reason. But I knew he didn't have a good reason this time. I knew he was just worried, honestly. It was too much rush on him for one time. As crazy and frazzled and like high strung and nuts as I am, like all over the place, he's the opposite. He's extremely calm. He can't, I am the most that he can handle, and he handles it really well, honestly. But according to yesterday, I cried at the bank because he was like so proud. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. So anyways, I tell him, buddy, you got to go. Like, and he's like, well, I really wanted to go to New York. And I'm like, we can go to New York in the summer. We can go to New York in the fall. Like, I will make it happen. We can go on Christmas, whatever you want. Like, we can make it happen. We will go to New York again. This was not our only opportunity, blah, blah, blah. Also, in my head, I'm thinking, neither one of us were that freaking excited to go to New York. So, like, why are you tripping, kid? So anyways, but then your mom brain kicks in and you're like, oh, but my baby will stay home for a week and blah, blah. No, you can't, crazy. You got to let him go. Also, how the hell am I going to let him go to college? I don't know. He told me that I could rent a condo wherever he goes to college, and I could get him a condo and I could buy a condo, which I don't know what money tree he thinks I'm shaking, but he said that I could buy a condo and he could have a condo and he could rent out half of his condo and I could take care of the other half of the condo for him. I'm like, is that your way of, I go, that was a lot of words for you to tell me you want me to go with you when you go to college. But also, Mama can't do that. So I don't even know what I'm going to do by the time he goes to college. I tell myself I'm going to go eat, pray, love through Bali, but your girl got to get back her paper before she does that. Anyways, that's coming. So I tell him, honey, I feel like you just got to go. Like, I know you don't want to, but I feel like you just need to go. And by the end of it, he's like, okay. You know, he's starting to understand, like, he originally signed up. There's other people on that list that wanted to go. And if he backs out right now, like, you're taking up place that somebody else could have been planning for this. Also, mission trip training is this weekend. So, like, it's literally down to the wire. Today's Friday, and tomorrow they have to do 24 hours of mission trip training, and it starts mañana. So, at first, he's like, well, we have to go, you know, he's giving me all the excuses. Well, we have to do mission trip training all day tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who cares, dude? What else you got going on? There's no cars and coffee. Like, if you want to play a card game, y'all can play cards at the house, whatever. And so eventually he's like, okay. And he's in a much better place. All that to say, He's going on friggin' mission trip, and God is good. And I'm telling you, if you don't believe in Jesus, you should come sit by me, because every single thing happens for a reason, and it ain't your reason, it ain't my reason. And sometimes those reasons suck, but it doesn't matter, because they're all someone else's plan. They're God's plan. And I'm telling you, I've had the shittiest 3 years of my life, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't take a lick of it back. I really wouldn't. Well, maybe a couple things, but in the end, you'll all see. So I'm even more sure of that last night after my long conversation. Anyways, so that's number one. We are excited. He's going on mission trip. I tried to put this stuff on my eyebrows, this brow lift. Like, I'm not Tiana, my makeup artist. She is phenomenal. I'm not her. I can't do this. This is why she charges so much. I don't know. And then I was going to like carve out my brows with concealer, but I was like, sis, you got so much stuff to do. You need to go. So anyways, like my new sweatshirt. So cute. Tonight at the party, we're going to have sweatshirt dresses that say lovely on them. You can buy them while you're there. And there'll be jewelry and all kinds of stuff. The party's at 6 o'clock. Is it at 6? 7:30. It's at 7:30. 7:30 to 9 in South Lake at Graduate Coffee House. Come see me. You can build your custom ring in person. And I'm giving away over $1,000 in jewelry. So, good news is, Whoopi's going to mission trip. Bad news is he's probably a little frustrated with me today, but also I don't care. I know it's best for you. That's why parents, tell you to get off your phone at night and all those other things you don't want to do, because we know better than you do. So just listen to us, because it is going to be life-changing. Not a child has ever come back from mission trip and said that trip was not life-changing. He went on mission trip the first time, did not want to go at all, was scared to go to like the ghetto in Louisiana, ended up going on mission trip. This was like during COVID, came home, told me it was like life-changing. Boy, this is going to be life-changing too. I know it. And here's the other thing. They're working with kids. You know what my kid wants to be when he grows up? A pediatric doctor. You know who pediatric doctors work with? Children. You know who my kid's good with working with? Children. This is where you need to be, son. And I have to be a good mom and say, we are sticking to it. You're going. You're going to love it. And end of story. Do I want to be alone all week? Do I want to go to New York by myself? No. Am I double thinking, should I do this in New York by myself? Maybe. But one plane ticket to New York is a whole lot cheaper than the two was going to be. So I'm very freaking excited, number one. Number two, my kid. I firmly believe that this is going to change his life. And we don't have to ask baby daddy for anything. Number one, because we don't talk to him because he don't answer us. But also, like, I don't need him to help me pay for Whoopi to go because the school already took care of it. Thank you, Jesus. That is such a blessing. And that's what I told Whoopi too. Like, God pulled all these strings to make these things happen for us. Like, we could be in the position we were last year where there was no scholarship money and it was just my money left. And I didn't have the other $1,300 and didn't know how the hell I was going to come up with it and get out of the warehouse and do all the stuff that I was trying to do last year. I remember it was freaking nuts. Very emotional time for me, but that girl's gone. She left the building. So we've accepted that was God's plan too. And we moved on. It was sad, but we're good. Anyways, I'm very happy because I know that this boy's life is going to change. I do not like my foundation today. We're just going to have to roll with it. What is going on in my eyeball here? Get back up there. My lash girl is so good. So he's going to mission trip. I'm very happy about it. I know he's going to be happy about it in the end. And there are decisions you have to make as parents that you don't always want to make. Will somebody please remember to make me go to Sephora and get some damn Hoola bronzer because I'm out. I think there's decisions you have to make as parents that you don't want to make sometimes. And this wasn't really one of them. Honestly, this was me saying, no, I have to be your mom and not your friend right now. You're going. And I know at the end of the day, it is going to be so impactful. Not only is he going to be so impacted, he is going to impact, like, he is such a joy of a human being to be around. And I just know that he is going to just enrich those little kids' lives so much too. Like, I just know it. Anyways, so we're very happy about that. And guess what? We didn't have to ask anybody else. We didn't have to ask baby daddy to help us or nothing. Although I did email him and ask him to pay a re-enrollment fee and he didn't. But don't worry. I got you, boo. I paid it myself. Okay. So, because I started setting money aside for Whoopi's college because, ex-husband got Whoopi's college fund too. And, he damn sure ain't going to pay for his college if you try to get him to not go to private school this year either, which is fucking disgusting, but that's who he is. So anyways, hi dear. You are that guy. Anyways, so that's where we are on that. We're going to mission trip. We got training tomorrow. Got a lot of paperwork to fill out today. I got a lot of stuff that I got to get ready to pack for him. I don't know what I'm going to do about NYC, but if you're close to New York City around the week of the 8th to the 15th, let a girl know because I will be hopefully in the area. Oh, I was even thinking like, should I go to this conference? Like, I was just really in my head about it. But this is exactly what God wants us to do. So this is what we're going to do. Faithful little servants. I told some friends last night, some people that I met last night, I'm like, look, if God doesn't show out in the end of this, some other people are going to be like, listen, dude. What else they're going to tell you about? Love is Blind. Did anybody watch Love is Blind? Like, what's going on? I don't watch it, but I saw a lot of it on TikTok today. First time. Never watched it before. Saw it on TikTok today. Hi, friends. Hi, Nikki. Okay, I will send me a text. We can meet up on there. So, my plan was to go to Mood Fabrics and to go to a bunch of like little jewelry stores in the Jewelry Village or whatever and go to the conference. So I'll have like one free day that me and Whoopi were just going to do sightseeing stuff. So let me know and I can come meet you somewhere. I can get on a subway, sis. But give me a lot of time because I'd be screwing all that up. Anyways, I thought of you too when I was in Boston. It was around Halloween time last year and everything was packed and there was no hotels to stay at. And they said it was all because of the, what's it called? Witches of something. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And the lady's like, really? No, there was literally no hotels. Anyways, so he's going to mission trip and now we're going to talk about love. Love is Blind. So here's what I say. Number one, the girl don't look like Megan Fox. She knows she don't, but I think she's an insecure girl. And so she used that as her, like, I'm going to say this and it's going to get me in with him, which is the opposite of what you do to get a man, number one. But that Bart Simpson tool, like, you're gross, bro. The bigger issue with all this is why, like, remember when we talk about this, that girl's beautiful. She really is. So, like, even if she doesn't look like Megan Fox, she's really beautiful. So the idea that everybody's like, oh my God, she doesn't look like Megan Fox, blah, blah. She doesn't look like Megan Fox too much, but maybe she's probably been told that once or twice in her life before because she has brown hair and blue eyes. And like, I mean, I've been told I look like a couple people in my life and I'm like, really? I mean, not really that many people because I feel like I don't look like anybody, but I have been told a couple people before and I don't think so at all. So and also the point of the experience and the experiment is to not know what the person looks like. So to me, like asking what the person looks like is kind of like a sellout. But then also if you meet a guy or if you start talking to a dude and he don't like thick chicks and you got a booty, like guys are shallow. I mean, I'm shallow too, but like in a different way. It don't take much to please me, but I just like a hot man. But I think that like guys are a little more shallow and if they don't know those things, they probably would stray away. But that's the point of the experiment. You have to go in there thinking like, I'm not going to know anything about them. But I just worry about that girl because I feel like with this narrative of everybody saying, oh my God, she doesn't look like Megan Fox. Remember, that should be a conversation of disdain maybe towards the guy and not so much towards the girl because like imagine what we're doing for her self-esteem by being like, you don't look like Megan Fox. She's still beautiful. Like she really is at the end of the day. So like even if she doesn't maybe look like Megan Fox to you or anybody else, he asked her what celebrity it would be. I didn't hear the exact conversation, but she basically said she's been told she looked like Megan Fox. I guarantee you the girl's been told that. So we can't fault her for that. But also we got to remember like we don't want to be like diminishing her shine either by making her feel like shit because clearly she's insecure about a couple things because she very clearly put that on the table when she said I'm insecure about a lot of things. And one of them is, or she said that like the guys that she dates, like she basically goes out of her way and still gets shitted on and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, that's like an interior issue, I think sometimes. Trust me, like, I don't know. I'm different than that because I am delusionally confident, I guess. I'm only not confident about my ability to do things sometimes, but like, as far as looks go, like, I don't care. Like, I never think like, oh my God, I'm not as pretty as her. Like, I don't care. I don't know. The thought doesn't come in my mind. Not that I'm not pretty or overly pretty or either one. I don't compare myself to other people. I know that's weird. Yeah, that is actually really weird that I don't do that. But I doubt myself sometimes for like, am I going to be able to like prove my story? Am I going to be able to, is somebody ever going to listen to me? That's the stuff that I like get worried about. Not anymore. After yesterday, like last night, I literally had like a life-changing conversation and I feel like a totally different person today for sure. I feel like I have direction now, if that makes sense. Yeah, I get insecure about not feeling like I have direction sometimes. I told somebody yesterday, I sometimes feel like I'm on a merry-go-round and I want somebody to grab my shoulders and just hold me still for a minute. But I think it also doesn't help that she knows who the other girl was talking to and that may have played into her insecurities about her appearance because she could could compare herself. True. I also think that maybe she said that about the Megan Fox thing because she knew, because that other girl is obviously beautiful too. Very beautiful. Oh my God, I love when she said, you are going to choke when you see what you missed out on, which is probably true. She said, you are going to need an EpiPen to open your throat or whatever. And I was like, bitch, tell him. Also, who is that guy? He's not that cute. But anyways, and why are we giving guys all this power? Like, you don't get to choose how hot I am to you. It's if I like you, bro, period. So anyways, I just want to make sure that we keep the focus on not making that girl feel like complete shit. Because even if we don't think she looks like Megan Fox, she's not the problem in this scenario. The problem is this tool-ass guy meets this great girl that he has an emotional connection with. And because he thinks, like he literally said in the interview, she definitely lied to me about looking like Megan Fox. Well, listen up, Bart Simpson. You're not a whole fucking catch yourself. So I could just see the red flags from that a mile away. Thank you, healing. So I don't know. It just pisses me off. The whole thing just pisses me off. I love the other girl too. I think she's great. Don't know who she ends up with. And trust me, when the guy sees her, he's probably going to be like, what was I thinking? Oh my God. Her skin is perfect. Her boobs sit up high. Her face is beautiful. Like everything is great. But also she could be batshit crazy. We don't know. Like you could be real hot and real nuts. And I'd take a mediocre person who's not that fucking crazy over someone who's beautiful and batshit. But that's just my opinion. History says that's not true. Anyways, so I just want to remind everybody that when we're talking about stuff like this, please remember that the girl's involved too. Every time you say something like she don't look like Megan Fox, like make sure you follow that up with she may not look just like his version of Megan Fox, but he was wrong for basing his connection off of this ideal woman he had in his head who looked like Megan Fox, because that girl's also a really pretty woman, and let her find a man like Travis Kelce who will love you out loud like he loves Taylor, and I firmly believe that she will feel fulfilled herself. But I do feel like she has to work on some of that stuff maybe internally first. I know for me, I definitely had to work on me before I could be a partner for somebody else, for sure. And then whenever I did kind of figure out myself, then I started realizing the boundaries that I would or wouldn't accept. And I'm very thankful that I never have to think about, oh, I'll take it back. I take it back. I did compare myself before. Yeah, if Chris is here, she knows what this is about. So last summer, end of last summer, about last summer, I started talking to somebody and I didn't tell a single soul. And this man's ex-wife, the guy, he's cute, not hot, like not burly and country and like how I like him, but he was buttoned up, extremely intelligent, very good at like, very smart. I don't want to give away too much, but his wife, when I tell you, she was a 40 out of 10. She was incredible with social media. She just was, and I ended up thinking like, I think I might like his ex-wife more than him. Oh my God. And Krista was like, you have never, one night we were about to FaceTime and Chris was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm putting on makeup. And she's like, it's 11 o'clock. And I'm like, I know, but I'm getting on a FaceTime call and I need to be cute. And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You literally never got on a FaceTime call and put makeup on first. And I'm like, and actually my ex-boyfriend that we just broke up, that one of the things I loved about him is he loved to FaceTime all the time at night. And he did not give a shit what I look like. But that's comfort. The relationship during the summer, it wasn't a relationship, just the guy I was talking to. I could feel myself trying to like make myself someone different than I was. Like the kind of guy who's going to end up with me in the long run has to be okay that I'm all over the place and that I'm extremely transparent and that I have no secrets and I will literally lay it all out on the table, that everyone I meet in public is my friend, that I love my life and I have this like just innate desire to connect with other women. And some men don't like that because they're misogynist pigs. And so I know that's going to be a lot for some people. This guy had a couple red flags. Like, number one, he had a naked picture, and who just has that in your phone? I don't want that. But number two, I don't know, his ex-wife just was, like, I was just enamored with her. And I'm like, can I be friends with her and then not talk to you? Anyways, but the point of all that is to say that I could tell that I was, like, turning into somebody that I wasn't just at the thought of, like, maybe making this thing work. But then I realized very quickly that like he ain't the one for me, and I still follow his ex-wife. She's beautiful, she's so smart, and she seems so kind. So it is what it is. Also, why do you have naked pictures in your phone? That's gross. No one wants to see your pee-pee, guys. It's disgusting. Like, they're not boobs, they're not pretty and round and luscious and all those things. It's gross. It's you naked with a fork and some dingleberries, and no one wants to see that. So anyways, I just want to remind everybody today that when you see those episodes on Love is Blind, please remember that number one, somebody's feelings are affected. Number two, don't be a dirty, disgusting Reddit troll. Like, don't be that disgusting human being. Like, if you got to go to a party and wear a disguise, like, you're disgusting. So don't be that girl, you know? Anyways, so, and just remember, like, at the end of the day, that is somebody's daughter, that is somebody's sister, that's somebody's best friend, and that's somebody with feelings. And I hate that us saying, like, oh, she doesn't look like Megan Fox, makes it sound like she's not good enough. How about you're not good enough because the only thing you wanted was somebody who did look like Megan Fox? What about her heart? What about how philanthropic she is? What about her empathy level? What about her desire to do good for other people? Like, none of that shit matters. Also, she's beautiful. She really is pretty. So, I don't know. He's gross. And if you're watching this, sir, and you're probably not because my Instagram's private, I'm not a fan of you. You're yucky. Like, Bart Simpson's better. So, ew, even if you're saying that how many ladies get the same? Yeah. Oh my God, it was so gross. Also, because he was, like, out of town when he sent me the picture, and the picture was him at his house, and I was just like, okay. I mean, don't put it picture. I don't know. You could look through my phone, and I don't have a ton of naked pictures, because to be honest with you, like, I just don't think that's, like, me naked is not really my best look. I don't know. And also, I'm not, like, a sexy person, so I'm not someone who takes, like, sexy pics, you know? Like, you want a selfie? I'll send you a selfie, but I'll probably be smiling. Yeah, I'm not like that. I do have, like, a couple pictures that my friend took of me that I freaking love, and I wish I could post on Instagram because they look like art, but one day. And my friend was a woman, too, FYI, not a man. But I just want to focus on the fact that whenever you say stuff like, oh, she doesn't look like Megan Fox, let's not fault her for that. She she answered a question that was asked of her. Who have you been told you look like? She probably has been told she looked like Megan Fox. She's also beautiful. She also deserves way better than that, dude. So, that's all I gotta say about that subject. I don't like my makeup today, but it is what it is. I got shit to do. I need some bronzer. Like, I really need to go get bronzer. I'm scared to put contour on my nose because my foundation's, like, not a good consistency today. I need my nose to get skinny. Hold on, let me read your comments real quick. The Diamond District is ridiculously overpriced. Why would I buy diamonds, girl? You know better. Come on now. No spoilers, not done with it. I can't, I'll drive. Love is Blind, I gotta stay away from spoilers. Okay. I'm Dominican and from New York. If you have any questions, let me know. Hi, Betty. 2 hours away. Hello. I got that part, but did you say where? What did I miss? Where's he going? Dominican Republic? No, the party's at 7:30. Don't listen to me. I do not know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so just please get on the same page with me about if you see somebody say, hey, that girl, or like maybe if you could just go make a comment on her social media today and be like, girl, Megan Fox or not, you're beautiful and you deserve better. Like, you never know what it'll do, because I'm sure she feels like shit when this is like the topic of conversation today on TikTok. So I don't know. I sent her a message and just said, you are a 10 out of 10, sis, because I don't want it to appear that I would ever think that she's less than because she doesn't look like Megan Fox as much as that guy thought that she should, or anybody else thinks she should. But that guy's a total douche, because you 100% can tell that he was down for the count because he was daydreaming, thinking about in the shower, like all the things Megan Fox. Listen, you are no UGK. I'm from the hood. No MGK. Is that right? MGK, Machine Gun Kelly? Definitely not my type, but good for her. So anyways, I just wanted to say that today. Please just remember that people are real and people have feelings, and not everybody has super thick skin like me and lets shit just roll off their back. Like, clearly you can tell that girl gets bothered by some things, especially related to her looks. Like, you could call me ugly all day and I literally would not give a actual shit. I told you before, my counselor said this is the best job ever for me because I literally don't give a fuck what anybody says about me online. Like, if you don't like me, that's fine. I probably don't like you. And if you think I'm ugly, you're right some days. But also, some days, I'm a whole ass catfish. I have a filter on right now, but I'm really pretty today too. But I just think that not everybody has that. Maybe that girl knows how to, like, run a staff of people. I am not a fan. I will literally let anybody's excuse at work be the truth. Like, if they're like, I can't come to work today, I'm sick, and I'll be like, okay, let me send you some soup. And they're like at the Rangers game. That really happened. So anyways, at the end of the day, she's a real human, and I feel horrible for her, and I don't want her to feel bad. And So if you could just remember to maybe go post on our Instagram today and say, hey, just so you know, you're a 10 out of 10 and you are going to be a great catch. God has a good plan for you. I know it's so hard to listen to that statement like, oh, God has a plan. It's such like, you think in your head like, oh my God, don't kill me with that God has a plan shit. But it's true. Like it really is. Like, look at me. Like, are you joking? God really does have a plan. And sometimes it takes a long time to see that plan. And sometimes it takes a long time to get through that plan. But he does. He has one all the time. And it's way better than mine. Because clearly I thought don't get it twisted. I get so sad about not having my house still. You have no idea. Like I have days, like a couple days ago, I woke up and I was just so sad that I did not have my house anymore. My big pretty house I worked so hard on. But it was not a material thing as much as it was like I built that house to work from it. And I think what it was is what I was triggered by. I hate that word. But the day before, Whoopi had said something like, we built that house so you could work from it and work off of it and work through it. And I'm like, the fact that he knows that, like that he recognizes that that's what the house was for. But also, it is what it is. I got my real OGs here that don't give a shit about where I live and that know I can build it back if I want to eventually. But we got some things. We got bigger fish to fry right now. So we're not worried about that. We'll stay in our little bitty rental. That is okay. It's not my favorite. I hate that it backs up to a busy street. But at the end of the day, it works for us. And it's cheap. And we liked it. Know would I like to have a closet the size of my bedroom instead of that little bullshit galley in there? Absolutely yes. But, you know, it's God's plan. I'll wait. My counselor said it's a cognitive distortion whenever you think that you have delayed gifts in heaven because of the shit that happens on earth. I'm like, well, if that's the worst of me, I feel like I'll take it. She also said that I'm only black and white. There's no gray area. So that's also not good. Where's my highlighter, guys? Okay, so are we on the same page? We're excited because Whoopi's going to mission trip. We are excited because my party is tonight and I get to see my friends and I get to show them my little jewelry builder. And we are excited because it's Friday. And which really Fridays don't make a shit to me because I work all weekend every day. I like get the most work done on the weekends. I don't know why. I get the least amount of work done during the week probably. Tuesday, Wednesdays are probably my worst days. Thursday I kind of get my shit together a little bit. Fridays and Saturdays I definitely get a ton of work done. And I got to get a ton of work done this weekend because I have a lot going on. Full day packed today. I did everything backwards. I met with the sweater people today. Loaded up his car with bins and bins of sweaters because we're going to have all of them screen printed. Can't tell you why, but if you use context clues, you'll figure it out real quick. What else did I do today? Had to go return some packages. I took a shower in the middle of the day because I knew I was just not going to have time anywhere else. I feel like I always take a shower in the middle of the day. I would never take a shower right before I go to bed because it takes me like 2 hours to blow dry my hair. Not joking. Okay, we need highlighter and then we are good to go. Where's highlighter? Tonight, 7:30, South Lake. Look it up. It's Graduate Coffee. Follow Waze to find it. It's like in a white building called Chelsea Hall. And you can see it say Graduate Coffee from 1709 South Lake Boulevard, but it's just kind of weird to get to. You have to drive kind of behind the building and then around the building. So it says Chelsea Hall. The other side of it says Graduate. You just walk right in. It's so cute. It's where the old Buongiorno coffee used to be. I don't know if you know about that. Also, the guy who did my sweaters, he has his own little sweater business, his own screen printing business. And so that was really cool. I told him about my little journey into screen printing and how that was a huge waste of money for me. And he's really nice and he gave me a great deal and he's bent over backwards to make stuff happen so that I could have sweaters for tonight. Like, what is that crease? Sweaters for tonight to be able to sell, and then I'm getting a bunch made. Not this color. I have like rose, mint, purple, lavender. Not purple and lavender. Lavender, I already said mint. Pink. Have springy colors being made. But anyways, that really should give you a clue, guys. What else do I have to tell you? I'm going out of town, Orlando, at the end of the month. So February 23rd to March 1st, I think. That's the dates. I'll be in Orlando. Okay, I have 2 photo shoots. I have 2 shows that I'm doing there. And then one day I'm going to Disney and I'm telling myself I'm going to take pictures at Disney. Carissa says, we're going to Disney because she wants me to love Disney, because if you know, really, really know me, you know I don't like Disney World, and not for a reason normal people wouldn't like it, but because of some like trauma when I was a kid. So she, who's a huge Disney fan and some bougie Club 33 member or something, I don't know, she really wants me to like think Club 33 is cool, and I don't. So I have to go and experience it from her, where's my letter? From her standpoint, and I appreciate that. Most of all, that she keeps saying, I just want to change your childhood. I just want to erase your trauma from that, associating that place with something bad. So I definitely appreciate, oh, look at all these makeup brushes I just found. I definitely appreciate that she's such a good friend and is going that far, because this was not in my plans. It definitely wasn't in, oh, there's my highlighter. Wasn't in my budget, anything like that, but she took care of everything, and I'm super freaking thankful for that. Like, God, I wish we all had friends like her in my life. So she's taking me to Orlando, and while we're there, we're staying at the cutest little house. It's like a doll house. It's so cute. We're going to have a pop-up shop on Saturday the 25th, and then I have a private party at someone's house on the We're going to have a pop-up shop on the 24th. I'm going to have a private party at somebody's house on the 25th. And then we have 2 photo shoots during that week, and then we're going to Disney one of those days. She's like... She knows everything about Disney World. And my other friend was like asking her about what her favorite ride was yesterday or something. Or my lash lady was talking on speakerphone, and she was like, Space Mountain, blah, blah, blah. And they're just going on and on about these rides that I've literally never heard of, don't have any clue what that is at all. But they're excited, so I'm going to be excited. I asked her if I have to wear freaking ears. She said yes. So we'll see. Don't push it. But I am super thankful for a friend like her. She is one of a kind, for real. And what else do I have to tell you? So I'm super stoked about that. And then I'll be hopefully in New York around the middle of March. And then I have a lot of things. I have to go to a convention, in the end of April. Then what do I have in May? Oh, May 30th is like the largest jewelry convention on the planet. I'm going to that. Me and Whoopi are going. It's like after he gets out of actual school. So I'm very excited. I didn't go to this convention last year because I didn't have the money. And this year I got a really good deal on our airfare and a really good deal on our flight. I actually got to use some trip credits that I already had. But I got a really good deal on airfare and my hotel in Vegas. So I'm very excited about that. And that is at the end of May. So, and I've already had people ask me if I could schedule a party while I was there during that. So I may end up doing that. So if you want to build your own ring from scratch, and I'm going to any of the cities that, I guess I'll put it on here where I'm going, but if you want to build your ring from scratch and schedule a little in-house home appointment, let me know and I'll bring my little kit and we can get it started. But I'm very thankful because this time last year, I was probably my saddest. I was closing my warehouse. I didn't want to close my warehouse, but I did want to close my warehouse. I just wanted to pay back the debt that I owed. I just wanted everything to be done. I just wanted to be out of my divorce. And, you know, it's hard to see the light sometimes when you're going through all that because you think like this shit is never going to end. But it does eventually end, and eventually, like, even though they will continue to try to drag you back and, you know, for more dumb shit all the time, like, you hold the power at the end of the day because you're not under their, like, I don't know, you're just not under their, you're not feeling like you're controlled by them anymore. I definitely got the power now, sis. We found the crime. I got the power. Mama's happy. And you know that they know that I'm not wrong whenever they just keep on fucking with me. And it's fine. It's like, I'm like a rubber ball now. Nothing sticks. So it is what it is. I'm a happy little girl. Where's my lipstick? So I'm going to go put some pants on because I'm wearing these sexy little pajama pants that don't really stay up very well because my butt's too big. Oh shit, I have a hair appointment. It's not at 6. Yeah, it's at 6 for me. It's at 7:30 for y'all, okay? Hold on, I'm going down to my comments. I might need to wear my lovely sweater tonight. I need you to make good memories. It's a really magical place. Extenders for bracelets. I am ordering those, but I have to order them from overseas, and they are not coming back to work until February 21st, 22nd-ish. And so production probably won't be till the middle of March, but I am going to get extenders, and then I'll put a post on my Instagram and ask you guys if you got your box for February and it was too small, which I feel like for the amount I sent out, it was a hit still. It was definitely a hit. Everyone's happy. Even if they were too small, people were happy and like, oh, I gave it to my daughter or whatever. But I got a 7-inch instead of a 6 or 6.5, which is what I usually buy, because I thought a 7 would be like the most universal, and it seems like it was. There's only a handful of people where it was too small for them, but if it was too small for you, then I am going to make these extenders. I just want to get them in-house, make sure they work really well, and then I'll offer them to you guys. And I probably won't make you pay for them because I really just want you to feel like your item fit when you got it. I would just order larger bracelets, but let me tell you what, you don't get that kind of discount when you order like 5 versus 300. I'm like, you're literally charging me double for a 1-inch bigger bracelet. And he's like, you're not buying 300 this time. And I'm like, dude. Also, I think he's a little salty because I didn't buy all of them from him. I bought them from a different factory. Anyways, doesn't matter. But I'm just like, you're really charging me double for a 1-inch bigger bracelet? Come on now. So I'm going to get the extenders. And then I'll reach out to you. I'll post on my Instagram stories and say, comment in this box and let me know if your item was too small for you. And then I will send you out an extender for free. So just to be patient with me, it'll probably take me like a month at least. And I want to make sure they work first because they have to stick in the clasp. They have to clasp together and then it sticks to the other side. So what else? You can build your ring custom tonight if you guys have seen that. And if you want to schedule an in-home appointment, just send me an email at, what's the easiest email? newbusybecca@icloud.com is probably the easiest way to get a hold of me. You can email hello@lovelyfunjewelry, but I don't always check that email every day. So you can always send me a Facebook message. I do check those every day. And if I have not responded to you, message me again and it'll pop you up to the top. Anything else I got for you? I'm excited for tonight. I'm kind of nervous for my little shindig in Orlando because I'm like, what if nobody comes? I said that to someone in my DMs and she's like, girl, I'm driving 4 hours. People will come. So I really do hope that even a couple girls just show up and let me hug your neck in real life. Don't feel pressured or anything. I'm just excited to like hug people. There's this one girl, I literally have not seen a message from her since 2018. Like it shows you at the bottom that I've never seen a message or responded. And she had messaged me through every freaking season of my life. And I'm just like, oh my God, I feel like you know me and I don't know you. And so I just sat there and talked to her for a little bit. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I've literally not responded to any of these messages, but you're in a filtered folder. So always after I get off live or after you see me storying and it says I just made the story, send me a message because then it'll pop your message back up to the top. Hold on, I got to put some pants on. Last question I was going to ask. So yesterday, my girlfriend and I were talking and I was like, what could I do I'm not going to beat February's box. March box is cheaper than February's box. And I told you guys, like, I know I'm not going to beat it. February's box was a freaking tennis bracelet. But also, like, I can't do that all the time because Mom didn't make any money either. So, but I wanted it to be so good that it, like, just blew your mind. And it worked. So, are these the same size, really? So we were thinking, what is something that people would love so much that you can never get enough of, that has always been a huge seller? What is one of those things that I could put in a box? I don't have any, so I'd have to make some. So it'd have to be a box that's like not right now. Hopefully you can't see my pants. Or my lack of. And this is what I was thinking about. We should get Chandler leggings again and put them in a box. Don't you think? Like, first of all, your girl needs a large. I know I only got smalls and mediums in my closet. My ass is a little fat lately. And I mean PHAT. But wouldn't that be awesome? Like, maybe we should put some Chandler leggings in a box. That would be such a good idea. April's item, I already kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do. And it is, I wish I could just tell you sometimes what it is. It's a cute outfit. It's colored appropriately for the coming holidays, if I can say that. And then I think it'll be a clothing item and jewelry. Next month will be a clothing item and jewelry. Then I have no idea about May, so don't even ask me. Oh my God, I was freaking losing sleep over April. So, but I'm very stoked. And if I can continue on this path where I'm selling 200 or 300 boxes a month, that will essentially be able to give me the cushion I need to focus on the important stuff. And we know the important stuff is me getting to tell my story to the right people. Now, the right people is subjective. So that's why I said that last box was like life-changing for me, because it gave me a little bit of a cushion. Like, I literally cried my eyeballs out. And Whoopi was like, Mom, why are you crying? Like, you knew you could do this. And I'm like, no, you knew I could do this. I didn't know I could do this. Like, you think you can, but then you're like, no. But you did. We did. And I'm gonna go get my teeth fixed. Hopefully the end of March. Finally gonna get my disgusting tooth fixed. And I'm still trying to get insurance because I want to have surgery on my elbow sometime this summer, hopefully. But I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. But I'm getting to a much better place where I can get on top of things, trying to get on top of my phone's ringing. Sorry, my phone's ringing. But I want to get back to normal, get my, pay off all my debt, get back to normal, get my business back to normal, and then go back to doing what I love the most. And the thing that I was thinking about, because I had somebody contact me from Utah, Idaho, Vegas, I guess that would be like Central California, like right outside LA, and then Southern California, about doing like pop-up shops around where they live. And I'm like, what if all this was just so that I could do what I've always wanted to do and travel around and meet my friends on the internet? Like, what if all this happened so that I could truly, if you ask me what my dreams were, you guys have heard me say before, like, I don't know, I don't really have any dreams. Like, I daydream about having this big conference room where I look so good today, huh? With a little help of a filter, but I do look pretty in real life. But I daydream about, like, being able to go around the country. You guys know I used to have meetups all the time in different states, and I used to freak out and think nobody was going to come. And literally, like, one time we had one in Utah, and there was not enough room in the restaurant for all my people. Shout out to if I met you in Utah. I met some of my best friends at that thing. Lark Tate. Who else did I meet there? Gia, Lizzie Barnes. It was such a good time. Jenica. Sorry, I'm putting my socks on. These are the best socks.